Hello guys, my name is Simon and welcome to another video on ALS Software Engineering Program. Today we're looking at a project, the 0x09C static library. There is one important thing I want you to put into consideration, which is the concept. Every project has a concept, and that is what they want you to understand in every project. So if you scroll down, you can see here which is concept. So they want you to understand what the static library. Okay, so here's the resources. Right here are the resources, right? So make sure you cover every resources because it's very important so that you have a concrete knowledge of static library. However, after you're done with the resources, you can actually pause the video and go back and read the resources if you've not. Then you can continue the video. So like I always do, I do not depend on the resources, only on the resources I have here. Okay, I used to make more research on my own to have a concrete understanding. So you can see you are required to master this command to know what it does. This is ARU, this is runlib and nm. This is very important. However, I have a content here which cover basically everything about static library. I'm gonna put the link on the description below so that you can also read it, and it's going to give you a concrete understanding of what the static library. So this introduction part talks about the C compile part. So we talk about the preprocessing. So this introduction talks about the compilation phase. Okay, so we are already aware of this. Then what I want you to pay attention is what library. You can see here it says what is library and what is it good for. Okay, we're going to see it in details. So if you look at the content here, you will see it says a library is a collection of good routine, which is function, classes, variables and so on, that can be called upon when building our program. So instead of writing it ourselves, we can go and get it from something that has already been written and optimized. That is where the idea behind library comes from. We are reusing block of code that have been written somewhere else. Okay, so it says basically what we have two kind of libraries, which is the static library and what the shared or dynamic library. But for this project we'll be focusing on what the static library. And see, I want you to pay attention to this side again. So it says the main reason for writing the program, for writing the library, is to allow code reusability, thus save considerable development time. Okay, so what they are saying now here is, for example, right, we already have a code here, right? So this code is here already. Then we're writing another software and we want to make use of this code here. So we can actually write this code in this same place. We can write it again, but this is kind of, we are repeating ourselves. So instead we will just use it by importing a library and make use of it. So this will now give us the opportunity to reuse it even in another place. So maybe, for example, we're writing another code somewhere, we can reuse it again. So this is like create once and use everywhere. But whereby this library does not exist, if you write, for example, there's a function you want to use here. Let me see, for example, sum. You want to use sum here, you are going to write it again here. So every function you are using here, if you need it in the other place, you are going to reuse it again. Sorry, you are going to rewrite it again. Okay, so that is the importance of what static library. And you can see, if we talk about that here, the main reasons for writing a library is to allow code reuse ability. So let's go to this section. This is what is static library and how does it work. So you can see it says a static library is a file containing a collection of objective file, which is an asterisk, which is all the files with O, all the files that are linked into the program during the linking phase, okay, of compilation and are not relevant during runtime. So I want you to pay attention here. You can see there is an asterisk, right? Asterisk.o. So the asterisk means all of the file which are actually linked together, okay, in the program. All the file which are actually linked together in a program. So it says they are not relevant in runtime. So this chart is very important. You can take a look at it. So you can see here, see processing, from processing to compilation, compilation to assemble, then assemble what to linking. Okay, there's going to be a link on the description below. Make sure you read it. Another part I want you to pay attention to is how to create what a static library. So it says to create a static library. To create a static library, we need to specify to the compiler, which is GCC, right, that we want to compile all library code.c into an object file without linking. To do that, we are going to use the following command. So here you can see what they are doing, right? So we want to compile all library code *c, asterisk star means all the C files into what object code. Okay, note this without linking them, right? So to do that, we're going to run this command. Okay, so it says gcc -c -word -wextra *c. So note the flag, right? The -c, it means what? Compile and assemble, but do not link. Okay, so note this, alright? The file is not being linked. Okay, the object code will not be what? Link. So the -wall and the rest, it means they aren't necessary. Okay, so it means what? They are not necessary. This was what I was explaining. So *c, *c, it matches all the files in the current working directory. So now this is a very good example, right? This is going to give you a clear picture of what's going on. So here it says, for example, let us take two files, right? Add, which is C, and multiply. So definitely you should know that this function are actually doing add and multiplication, so which make respectively the addition and multiplication of two integers, and a header file that contain the prototype of this function. The picture below shows the output generated after using the command. Okay, here, so you can see, right? Okay, so you can see these are the items in the current folder. Okay, so in the current folder, right, you now run this command. You run this command. Okay, so to create what? An object code of all the C type. Immediately we've run this command, so the C, right, the add.c will generate an object code which is what? add.o, and the mul.c will generate what? The mul.o. Okay, let me remove my cursor. Okay, so it goes ahead and see, once we have the object file, we can now bundle all object file into a static library. Note this part, we can now bundle all object file into one static library. So next, to create a static library or add additional object file to an existing static library, we have to use the GUN-ARROW archive program, right? We can use a command like this. Okay, so you can see the command, which is ARU-RC, and we are creating what? This file. So this means all object file has been bundled to what? The static library. So you need to read this. Make sure you read this and make sure you cover everything. So one thing I want you to note again here is this part. So it says after an archive file, you can see this is the archive file, this is it here. So it says after an archive file has been created or modified, there is a need to index what? It. So the index is later used by the compiler to speed up the symbolic inside library. Okay, so it says the first one is by using what? This command. So let me just go to where it is used. Okay, so how to use them, right? So it says now our static library libname.a is ready to be used. Okay, we can now use it in a program. So this is done by adding the library name to the object given on the linker. First, let us create a C source file that uses the above static library. So if you look at this, right, if you look at here now, a new file is created, which is main.c, and this is the content of what? The main.c. So the main.c is now using what? The add and multiplication here. Note that this is a function, and a function is not in this file main.c. Okay, so if you look at the bottom, you can see now we can use the command below to create a final execution. Okay, so when we execute this file, right, you can see this will create a program using the object file main.o. Okay, and any symbol is required from the name static library. So ensure you cover these resources. It's very important. It will give you a concrete knowledge of how the static library works. So next, I'm going to see you in the project section. Welcome to the quiz section. So for the question 0, it says what command can be used to list the symbols stored in the static library. Okay, there are two commands, and this is the first one, and this is what the second one. So the next one, which is question 1, it says what is the point of using randlib? Okay, so this is the correct answer. Indexing what? An archive. Okay, let me scroll down. For question 2, it says what command is used to create a static library from object file? Okay, this is it. For question 3, it says what is the format of a static library? This is what the format. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. I'll see you what in the tags section. Alright guys, welcome to the tags section. So for these, you can see the first tag is a create a static library, which is libmy.a, containing all the function listed below. Okay, so the static library should contain all these functions listed below, but this is a prototype. So if you go ahead and read below, it says if you haven't coded all of the above function, create empty ones with the right prototype. Don't forget to push your what? Main.ish. Okay, so now this is the content of the main.ish, right, which is the header file. So let us do that quickly. Okay, the first thing we need to do is to create our directory. So I'm going to copy that. I'm already in my cloud server. So you can see pwd I'm already in the ALX low level programming, so I want to create my directory. I'm going to do make directory and enter. And I want to cd to that folder. That should be OX09 0x09. And the next thing I want to do is to create a readme file. So I'm going to create a readme file. Readme .md. Okay, sorry about that. So for the readme.md file, it should not be empty, so I'll just paste anything I have here and exit. Okay, good. You can see, and I have what's my readme file. The next thing we need here is we need the header, right? The main.h. So let me just copy my own main.h. ALX low level programming language 0x09. So this is my own main.h. Is my current folder. Is my what main.h. You can see this content, right, is the same as what this. All you need to do is you just copy what you have here and protect it. Okay, so if I clear right now, I have only two files, main.h and readme.md. Sorry, I misspelled the readme. Let me rename that. It should be readme.md. Okay, so sorry, WQ, enter. So let me see. Okay, it's not correct. Then the next thing I need is my pucha. I need my word pucha, so I'll just get that from. Okay, let me just get that too. I need my underscore pucha .c in the current folder. Okay, so you should have underscore pucha in your previous project as well. So we do use underscore pucha in almost all the projects. So you can see, and I have 3 files. So the next thing we want to do is what we want the .c. We want this file, right? The .c, not the object code. We want 0 dash is upper, 0 dash memset.c, 0 dash stringcat.c, 0 dash 1 dash is digit.c. So we need all these files, and these files, they are located in some of our previous folder, right? So let us go to the 0x02, which is 0x02. Okay, so if I do lx, you can see these are one of the files. So if you look here, you can see 3 dash is lower. Where is it? Yes, this is it. So in this folder, we need to copy some file. Alright, so we need to copy 3 dash what is lower .c, and let me see, 3 dash is lower, and we need to also copy 4 dash what is alpha .c. Then we also need to copy 6 dash abs, which is this one. So it should be 6 dash what abs.c, and I think that is all we need to copy. So this is 3 dash is lower, 4 dash is alpha. Yes, we need to copy those 3 and put them in the static library, in the 0x09 static library. So to copy that, you can see I've already typed the cp and the name of the 3 files. Then one step backward, 0x009 then copy it here, enter. Okay, so if you want to check the folder from your current directory, all you need to do is to do ls then 0x09, and you can see we now have those 3 files in the folder. So the next folder I want to look at is 0x04. Okay, so I'm going to navigate towards 0x04. Okay, so let me clear before I do ls. So in this folder we need to copy the 0 dash is upper. 0 dash what is upper? So 0 dash what is upper? Upper.c, and we also need to copy, I think 1 dash is digit. 1 dash what is digit? I think that is all. Sorry, let me look at this again. Okay, 0 dash is upper, 1 dash is digit. Okay, this, then street length. Okay, good. I think that is all we need to copy. So we're going to copy them and put it in the static folder. Okay, enter. So like I always do, you can always check 0x009, and you can see the file is not there. So the next folder I want to look at is 0x005. So I will cd into that directory, 0x005, enter. I'm going to clear my screen and do ls. Okay, this should be 0x0, sorry, one step backward, then 0x06. Okay, it's not locating the folder, so let me just navigate backward and check what I have here. Okay, there is no 0x06 project here, that is why. So let me just copy that from my main directory, from my main project directory. Okay, that should be roots, low level programming, and I want to copy the 0x06 directory in the current folder. So I should use the flag -arrow and copy. So if I check now, I should have the 0x06. Okay, good, it's there. So what I want to do next is to go into that folder, 0x06 directory, and in this folder, let me clear, do ls. Okay, in this folder we need to copy 0 string cat. Okay, good. So I'm gonna copy this 0 dash str_cat.c, and we also need to copy 1 dash str_cat.c. We also need to copy 2 dash str string copy.c. We also need one more, which is this one, so this should be strcmp, sorry, it should be 3 dash strcmp.c. Then we want to copy to our OX09 static library directory. Okay, so next you want to see what we have in the OX09, in the 0x09 directory. I should add period here, dot slash. Okay, sorry, should be one step backward. Okay, so you can see we still need to copy more because it's not corresponding with what we have here. There are some files are still missing, so we need to visit the folder OX07. So let's quickly do that. OX07. I'm gonna clear my screen and do LX. So in this folder we need to copy memsets, memset.c. yes, okay, so we need to copy memsets. Okay, coming. Okay, it should be one dash memset dot c. Then we also need to copy one dash memcopy dot c. We also need to copy two dash stru dot c. Then three dash stru dot c. We also need to copy 4 dash stru brk.c. Then we should copy it to where? Our OX09 directory. Okay, press enter. Okay, so we have an issue here. So it says one dash mems copy is specified more than one. So let me remove that. Sorry about that. Okay, it looks like I mistake it for 0 dash memcopy dot c. Okay, so I'm going to copy that to our 0x09 static library. Enter. So let me go back to the 0x09 folder. I'm going to clear my screen and I want to list what we have here. So you can see we have 3 dots. We have 3 0 dash name.c file. Okay, good. So you can see, so you can count if you are not sure. I'm not going to count this underscore pucha. So this is 1 2 3 4 5. I'm coming, sorry. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19. So these are 19 items. You can count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. It seems I'm missing one. Sorry, let me check very well. I am missing one item, or did I counted something else? Underscore pucha. This is ABS. Let me be sure. So I think I'm missing this file 5-str.c, because I checked there is no 5 here. So let me quickly check for that. So let me check the folder OX07. Sorry, it should be one step backward. OX07. So if I clear and do ls-l, yes, this is it here. So I need to copy this file. I need to copy 5-stru.c to our static library, which is OX09. And okay, so copy, then back to our previous folder. Okay, clear my screen. You can see where I am. I am now in what, our static library folder. So I'm going to do ls-l, and you can see all item is complete. Okay, the next command we want to run is to generate what, the object code. We want to generate the object code because if you look at the documentation which I shared, okay, so let me scroll up. Yes, we need to create an object code. So we're going to use this command, the GCC command, to create the object code. Okay, so you can see it's specified here that this flag are not necessary. Okay, so I'm going to do GCC, right, GCC-C, then all the .c file. Okay, so I'm going to press enter, and if there is no error, it means everything is good. So I'm going to do ls, and you can see we now have the object code for all the C file. Okay, so if we go to our documentation again, so it says once we have the object file, we can now bundle all object file in one static library. Okay, so to create a static library or to add additional object file to an existing static library, we have to use the GNU command arrow, which is the archiver program. So we can use this command like this, which is the arrow-c, then all the object files. So let us run this command. So it's going to be arrow-c, then the name, then our library name. Okay, remember our library name, right, is libmy, okay, .a. So we're going to type that. So libmy.a. So that's the name. Then asterisk all the object files. So we want to bundle all of them. So asterisk.o. We'll press enter. Okay, so if we check now, okay, if we check, we should have what, the static library file. This is it. So this is the static library file. Okay, so the next command we want to do is we want to index the static library. So it says after archive, right, after an archive is created or modified, there is a need to index it. This index is later used to compile to the compiler to speed up the symbol lookup. Okay, so to do that, okay, we need to run the command using runlib. Okay, so it's going to be runlib, then the name of our static library. Okay, good. So if we go back to our project directory, okay, so once we've done that, okay, we want to run this command. Okay, so I'm going to run this command arrow-t. Okay, so I'm going to run that, and you can see we're having what, the same result just as here. So once we want to see the content of the object code, so I'm going to run that command and see. So you can see we now have the same result. So these are the object code in the static library. So next you're gonna scroll down. So you can see they gave us a test file here. A test file is given to us. So I'm going to create this test file. I'm going to clear my screen and create the test file. So for the test file, I'm going to do vi, then the name of the file, I for insert, I'm going to copy the test file it's giving us, the content of the test file. So I'm going to copy this and paste it. Okay, escape. Okay, so now we want to compile the test file. We want to confine the test file, so I'm going to compile this. Okay, the test file has been compiled, and we should have an executable file called quotes. Okay, so if I run the file called quotes, and if I run the file called quotes, okay, so you can see I'm using it, prints out what? The same result here, and print out the same result here. So this is how you've known you've done your task correctly. So the next thing you want to do is to use your checker. Click on it. Once you click on it, then this highlight will be done. Sorry, before that you should do your git add, git commit -m done with project, done with static library, project tags O, then do your git push. Okay, I'm not going to push, I'm going to push. Once you've done, do your checker and everything will be good. So next you want to go to the next task and do this. So for this I tried to work on this, but mine was not giving a perfect result. That's why you see I wasn't getting a perfect result here, but at least I think I scored 65% of this. So basically that is how you work on this project, the static library tags project. So guys, that is all for the video. I hope you find this video helpful. I'm going to send the link to these docs on the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you in another video.